So I work with Kevin Hayes. Some of you know him. He's my boss, so that's part of it. So the other day I was at work and I was pooping, and like I was getting paid to poop. And like, okay, the story isn't about poop, but that's where it starts. So I can't hear the phone when I'm pooping. And I was usually takes me about 10 minutes to poop, which is like 80 cents, I think, I make when I poop for 10 minutes. I don't know. I haven't worked out the math. I'm a driver, not a mathematician. But that's beside the point. I digress. So, can't hear the phone. I go and I wash up. I start folding boxes. I'm back there 20, 30 minutes folding boxes. And Kevin walks by me and he goes into the walk-in. And I'm like, he looked a little stressed. The veins popping out on his forehead, like, that's funny, you know. And so he walks by me again and just kind of looks at me and shakes his head. And I'm like, okay, well, he didn't say anything. So I fold like 11 more boxes. And then I'm like, he probably didn't say anything because he doesn't know how to use words. So I go out there and there's like 47 tickets. And I'm like, Kevin, you walked by me twice and you didn't tell me this was going on, you know. Like, I can wait to fold boxes, I can help you. And he's like, I just assumed you knew, Dana. Well, that's not how it works. Okay, I'm a comedian. You all know some jokes. Why don't you tell yourself a joke right now and laugh to yourself, all right? A knock-knock joke, a story joke, I don't know, a one-liner. Go ahead.
Your mom.
Right, it doesn't fucking work that way. So then, I'm running back and forth, going all over the place, and I have one delivery to Moline, and the rest are all Rock Island, but I gotta go to Moline. And it says America's Best, South Park. So I go to America's Best, South Park, and they don't know who the hell I am or where I came from. So they're like, none of us ordered food. There's an America's Best Inn like 2 miles away. And I'm like, oh, great, thank you. It takes 20 minutes to get there, just so you know. So I've spent 20 minutes getting to the place. Then I call Kevin, and he's like, yeah, it's America's Best by South Park. And I'm like, no, it's not. First of all, when I went in, they're like, we're not even in South Park. I'm like, I can see South Park right outside the window. So I told Kevin, I'm like, and technically it's not even in South Park. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's what they told me. Don't kill the messenger, all right? And he's like, they told me there's an America's Best Inn. He's like, nope, it's America's Best South Park. I'm like, Kevin, clearly it's not. We've been over this. I was in there and I got ostracized and these people don't even know me and now you're arguing with me saying I am in the right place. I think they would know. Nobody wants a fucking pizza from our shitty place because you run it into the goddamn ground. I hope Kevin does.
It's the cord.
I hope Kevin dies of diabetes. All right. Check. That's my set.
Oh, drop the mic.
We'll just use this one. How about that? This is how my life goes every fucking day. Okay, so I go and I call the people and they're like, nope, we're at America's Best Inn. And I'm like, well, there's no room number on the ticket. They're like, well, they didn't ask for one. I'm like, if you're in a motel, you know, maybe if you have a room number, you would say that when you call to order pizza, but nobody's that smart. So I go there and I see this dude peeking out of the blinds like a crackhead who just got a tax refund, and he comes out all squinty-eyed and he's like, yeah, I don't want your pizza now. And he's like, you heard me, you piece of shit, and he's talking into the phone, and I'm like, what the fuck are you? Okay, you don't want the pizza, that's fine. And I go back, and Kevin's like, how was that trip for you? I'm like, not too good, Kevin. And I'm like, was that you he was cussing at on the phone? He's like, yeah, he threatened to shove the phone up my ass. And I said, well, Kevin, you know, did you make any plans? He's like, yeah, 5 o'clock. I told him I get off. I'm like, if he's not here at 5 o'clock, I will shove that phone up your ass for him because I'm not very happy with you. No, I love Kevin. He's a short little, he reminds me of Cockroach, you know? He's just kind of shady and like scurries about when you turn the lights on after midnight. It's weird. It's weird. So, that's just dealing with Kevin. And let's talk about some driver etiquette. If somebody fucking delivers a pizza, you should maybe tip them, okay? And when it's 2 degrees, the tip should not resemble the temperature, okay? Like, I'm not asking for $20, all right? A $4 or $5 tip is a very generous tip. If you're poor, I get it. If you're like 11 and like your parents left you at home and you're paying me in change, I get it. I was there. I did it, all right? You're 11, you don't know any better. But if you're 30 goddamn 8 years old, maybe you should learn some fucking pizza etiquette. I don't know. And then Gary fucking Disney calls you, all right? And it's Gary Disney's wife. And you say, hey, how can I help you? And she's like, what do you want, Gary? What do you want for 5 goddamn minutes? And I'm like, ma'am, can I help you? Yeah, I gotta find out what Gary wants. What do you want, Gary? I don't know if they have sandwiches. I don't know if it's kosher. I don't know if it was blessed by a rabbi. I don't know, Gary. I don't know. I'm on the phone for 20 goddamn minutes. I get off the phone. It's 1 cheeseburger and a 6-pack of Pepsi. And Kevin's like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, it's Gary fucking Disney's wife, and she doesn't know what Gary wants. So this is what we decided on 20 minutes later. Get off my back. It's the only order we have in this shithole because you run it into the ground. No, he's a good boss. It's fine. It's totally fine. He doesn't run it into the ground. He's really good in the kitchen. But fuck him for a minute. All right, so then I go to fucking Gary Disney's place, and then it's one of those like scrolly, you gotta scroll through the thing, and you think, Disney, oh, that's a D. That's right at the beginning of the alphabet. There were like 70 Akbars, Amishes, fucking all of it. I'm scrolling for like 3 minutes. That's a long time when that's all you're doing. 3 minutes is like a boxing round. That's like a fucking lifetime. You have no idea. Okay, so then I call and they don't fucking answer. So I gotta scroll again and I call them again and they don't answer and I left my phone in the goddamn car, so I go get the phone. I fucking call. It's busy. The phone is busy, so I call Kevin, and I'm like, God damn it, Kevin, and he's like, Gary Disney? I'm like, how'd you know? He's like, I've been on the phone with them for 10 minutes. No wonder they aren't fucking answering. They live 8 fucking floors up, so I take the goddamn elevator, but no, the elevator's broken. Let me also tell you something. Let me go back a little bit. When I go to the fucking Rock Island Courthouse, they just waved me through. You have a pizza. Just go ahead. I set off the metal detector. Doesn't fucking matter. I'm at Gary Disney's with the security door. There's 20 people behind the glass. We don't know you, sir. I'm sorry. Fucking, it's bullshit. So, the elevator's broken, I gotta go up 8 flights of stairs. The bill is like $12 and something. She tries to pay me with a $5 goddamn bill. And I'm like, no, ma'am, it is $12. And she's like, I don't know how much it is. I'm like, here's the ticket. You got 2 things, a hamburger and a 6-pack of Pepsi. I know it's $12, but there's tax and there's a delivery fee, and you're not gonna tip me, that's fine. Just take the food and give me $12. She pulls out $3 more. I'm like, deal. Just so I don't have to deal with you anymore, I will pay money to give you food just to fucking end it. So I go, I hit the top of the stairs. She's like, oops, I dropped it. I need some help. I ran down those goddamn stairs. She murdered her fucking husband. Gary Disney doesn't even exist. He's been dead for 2 years in the fucking bathtub. You guys have been great so far. I'm so glad you're here for all of this. Thank you.